In this question we have, in order to minimize signal loss, a current amplifier needs what? Well, we're going to look at for a current amplifier and then one for a voltage. When we use current, which is what we're looking at here, we're going to be looking at the Norton equivalent kind of circuit, something that looks like this. When we use voltage, we'd be looking at the voltage, kind of like this. So with our current, we're looking at the current first. If we want to minimize signal loss across here, that means we want the current to easily flow into this resistor right here, this output one. So if we want current to flow over here and not through here, we need to make this resistor large. So we're going to need a high input resistance and then a lower output resistance. So let's look at these. We don't want a low input resistance, so it's not going to be here. It's not going to be none of these, but we'll rule that out later. We have another low input resistance, so we can't have any of these. It can only be one of the high ones. So it needs to be a high input resistance, and we don't want a high output resistance, otherwise if it's like the same highness, the current will equally flow through them. So we want our output resistance to be low, meaning that it would be B here. Now if we had a voltage, we would want low input resistance, that way it would flow through here. So we would want small RS voltages, or we want a small RS for our voltage if it were to flow through here, but for current we want a large one to let current flow through here. And that is how we would look at this problem for current, and also how we could approach it for an amplifier.